Hi, I'm Annie.
And I'm Will.
And this is Annie Will Travel. This is the kickoff of our travel vlog series. So we're kind of just winging it, seeing if you guys like it, see if we like it, and hopefully inspiring you to go on some adventures of your own. We are on our way to France now. We're about to walk out the door. Say bye to these little babies. Aww. Say hi, Chippy. I have to give Chips like 1,000 kisses before we leave because look how soft and cute he is, and I'm not gonna see him for a whole week. He likes it. All packed and ready to go, about to get on a flight. Oh, and here's the other one. Say hi, Huey. These little babes are gonna stay at home. We'll catch up with you guys at the airport. Bonjour. We've made it to the airport, and every good trip has to start with the trip to the lounge. Right now we're in Turkish, the Turkish Airlines lounge in Miami Airport, enjoying some delicious grub. And what's really cool is we got first class for this flight. Yes, so we get the lie down seats. We'll get a nice fancy meal once we're on. It's gonna be splendid. A lot of eating and drinking, and that's gonna be the night.
Cheers.
As soon as possible, thank you very much.
Annie, here's the secret command thing.
What's the secret command?
That's how you control the seats.
Tell the camera what is that?
For our lie flat seats.
We made it to Switzerland. Switzerland! We're not yet to France. We had a layover in Zurich, and then we had another short flight to Geneva, and now we are driving to Grenoble. So we'll be there in about 2 hours. We're pretty tired, but we're here. This is supposedly a really pretty drive too, but unfortunately we got here a little bit too late to enjoy the views because it is dark now. So hopefully I get to share some of those on the drive back next weekend. We also found out that there is a Tomorrowland winter happening somewhere near where we're going in France this weekend. Contrary to popular belief, that is not why we are here, and we will not be going. We did go to the one in Belgium over the summer. That's like the big main one, and that was really fun. So kind of ironic that we're here on the same weekend that the Tomorrowland winter is. Update, it is snowing and we are driving through a mountain. We're about to take this cable car behind me up there to the Bastille. It goes across the river, all the way up the mountain. You can also hike it, but it's a little chilly for a hike today, so we're gonna take the cable car. Oh, there's some people heading up now. See them? They're on their way up. That's gonna be us. Hey, cutie.
Hello. Where you going?
This way. This way. They actually sell dog tickets for the cable cars, which is super cute.
All right, we are inside the Bastille now, inside some weird corridor. There's tons of graffiti, unfortunately. I hate to see that, kind of everywhere you look. But it's pretty cool in here. It gets gradually smaller here. There's some, I presume, iron rings for hanging things, maybe for pulling things up. You can see another one there. Some side stairwells, some tunnels, and an entryway. And if we continue deeper in, similar setup down here. You can see this window still has the bars on it. Unfortunately, more graffiti. And then panning over to Annie here, we have a nice view out the side.
Here is a closer view of this beautiful scene. Hello, good morning. Today I'm working EST hours. It's Monday, so I'm gonna work 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. Will is working in the office today. His office is like a 20-minute drive, so he's gone all day, so I am solo today for my adventures. So I have the day free. I'm about to head over to the Museum of Grenoble and the Archaeological Museum. They're both free, but gotta get over there today because they're closed on Tuesdays. So fun fact, there was an avalanche watch on Grenoble this morning. I guess because it snowed on, when did we get here? Saturday when we were driving in, it was snowing. So, and it's very mountainy around here, as you can see. So yeah, avalanche watch, first time I've seen that. archaeological museum in Grenoble was super cool. It was essentially a giant crypt all the way back from the 4th century. So it started out as a crypt in the 4th century, and then it became the basis of a church. And then over the centuries, they essentially just kept adding more and more on to the church until it became like this whole little community. What do they call it? Like where monks stay? A monastery. It became a monastery, and there was a whole little town built around the monastery. You actually kind of got to walk through the crypt and through all of the remains while you had like a little guided tour. It was very cool. The stuff here is so old. We've already unpacked because I procrastinated a little bit in taking this video, but here's my little workstation. Please ignore the messy corner over here. That's all of our luggage and whatnot. Try to keep it as orderly as possible, but when you're here a week, it, you know, can tend to get inordinately. So, pretty roomy. There's a separate toilet room from the shower, which I love. Come over here, and then this is the shower room. There is a little towel warmer there. That's me. And then if you come over here, you actually have a view of the Bastille up there. So when I lay down at night, right now, with my custom pillowcase, I can actually see right out the window to the Bastille, which is right on the top of that hill over there. Pretty cool. I'm actually not taking any time off on this trip. Will's here for work, and 2 of the days I'm working EST hours, so that's basically the whole night here, and then the other 3 days I'm working European hours. So we're really making the most of this trip without taking any time off. It's pretty cool. But that being said, honestly, the majority of my time here has been sitting behind this bad boy. Despite what you may see on this episode, most of the time is spent behind a computer. But hey, still in France and making the most of it. First, we went to pick up some chartreuse at the Chartreuse Caves. Chartreuse is a French liqueur with an earthy yet sweet taste. It's a digestif, so it's meant to be enjoyed after dinner, and it comes in green and yellow varieties. It's made exclusively by Carthusian monks, and its recipe is only known to a select few. Will absolutely loves chartreuse, so we had to, of course, stock up and get a few bottles for friends and family as well. Here we have the infamous French delicacy, foie gras, quite the taboo now in the United States. For those of you that aren't familiar, foie gras is fatty duck liver. Here we have a French regional specialty. These are called raviolis du Dauphin. They're small little raviolis that are filled with cheese, and I had the shank of lamb. And who can forget the opulent and lavish French desserts? Hi guys! We're on our way to a fancy schmancy French dinner tonight. I have on my little cute dress. Will's driving. First we're going to the what is it? Cave de la Chartreuse? Cave de la Chartreuse. To get chartreuse is a local liqueur that they make around this area. So we're going to the specific place where they sell it to try and obtain some for Will's boss and also my mother. So we're going there, and then the restaurant is right next door, and it's kind of like this big, beautiful old, like a Renaissance-y looking building. So really excited. The dinner we had last night was
Bad.
yes, in more or less words, bad. I just looked up, it had a lot of Google reviews. It wasn't on Yelp, but it had like 1,500 Google reviews, and they were all like 4.8 stars, 5 stars. So I was like, all right, it was walkable. The service was atrocious, and I'm more tolerant in Europe because I know it's not the same service standards as in America, so I get it. But 2 tables on either side of us, so 4 tables came and went while we were sitting there. And on top of that, I ordered the duck, and I don't think it was duck. I think it was beef wrapped in duck fat. And me and Will both individually noticed this without like the other one saying so. And it just, like, the consistency of it was not duck. It wasn't tender at all, and it was like juicier. It wasn't duck. It was beef being masqueraded as duck was what it was. So all of that, all in all, was not the best dinner experience last night. So I was really surprised. Given it's France, I feel like you can't really go wrong with food here, but we went wrong. So I think tonight I'll make up for it though. I will take lots of pretty videos and pictures. See you there. Hi, Will.
Hello.
This is the beautiful restaurant we're at, getting ready to have hopefully our best meal of the trip. This restaurant has 2 locations, the other of which is in Grenoble city center. Will and his boss accidentally ended up at the wrong one for a corporate dinner one night, which is how it got on our radar. We had this amazing waiter who was super knowledgeable and gave us great recommendations. It was an incredible experience overall. Food, service, ambiance, you name it. Definitely worth the trip out there. After we finished this utterly delectable dessert, we went to the city center and we visited this brewery for a nightcap. It was so cute. It was nautical themed, and they had all kinds of trinkets and treasures from the sea. Look at the sun rising over the mountains. It's so pretty. Good morning.
Good morning. We're on our way to the airport in Geneva, an hour and a half away.
We're getting the scenic drive back, which is cool, but I'm really, really tired, and I'm ready to be home with my babes, but we have quite a travel day ahead of us. We're heading to Geneva, as Will said now, so it's about a 2-hour drive, but at least it's pretty. And then we have, what, like an 8-hour flight to Montreal, and a 2-hour layover there with shitty lounges.
Better than no lounges.
That's true, better than no lounges. And then another 4-hour flight to Miami. We're driving a long time, but we'll be home tonight. One thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, basically why this is all possible for Will and I to travel like this, is the notion of working remotely. None of this would be possible for us if we didn't both have remote jobs. Yes, this was a trip for Will for work, but I was able to tag along. Monday and Tuesday I worked Eastern hours, Eastern Standard Time in the US, which worked out really nicely because he had work events at night on those days, so we didn't have anything going on at night anyway. And then the other 3 days I worked European hours, so luckily I'm very blessed. I have a great job. They're super flexible with the hours, and they really, as a corporation, value remote working and worker satisfaction. I'm really lucky in that respect, so I urge you, if you can, getting a remote job is like the biggest kind of lifestyle improvement, in our opinion, that you could possibly make. Like if you're able to get your hands on one with an employer who really values work-life balance, jump on that. If you do have a remote job, it's best to make the most of the time that you have to take the trip, work from anywhere you want. I spend half the year in Pennsylvania, maybe not half the year, but a couple months. I go up and I stay with my mom. I go on these trips with Will. He comes on trips with me. Like, take advantage of it. And even here, right? Like, I was able to adjust my hours. I still worked a 40-hour week, but we were able to still see France. On the days I worked Eastern hours, I went and I did like museums and I explored the city. And then on the nights when I worked the European hours, we went out to dinner and explored. We went to a brewery one night. That was fun. Just be smart about it and you can really maximize your time in a specific location.
If you can, extend the trip through the weekends. Obviously, if work starts on Monday, if you fly out Friday and you get to your destination Saturday, that gives you Saturday and Sunday at the beginning of the week. And then if you fly out the next weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, now you're getting 4 extra quote-unquote vacation days in a fun destination that you wouldn't otherwise get.
Home sweet home. Within 5 minutes of being home, he's gaming.
Of course.